The library is empty. Our footsteps are the only sound as they echo through the dim space. And no one's here. I wonder what the other library counsellors are doing. We were told you'd go home after borrowing time is up, so... Oh, really? She doesn't seem convinced. I usually stay around even after borrowing hours are over. But it looks like the other library counsellors leave once borrowing hours end, around 5 o'clock. Really? I've only ever come here when you're on duty, Suoh-san, so I just figured someone will be here until closing. I go behind the desk and search the shelf as we speak. Those are... Since I don't know what's going on, I haven't returned them to the shelves yet. Take out a pile of books and place them on the table. There are missing books. Seeing the area of books that were used to frame her, Rika frowns and glares at them. Take a book in hand and say what's on my mind. Since I left the dorm, I was thinking we could identify the culprit from his books. How can we do that? Ah, maybe the name of a borrower was written on them? I actually thought the same thing and looked up who the last person to check his missing books out were. There's no connection. Rika looks down, disappointed that she was off a mark. We really are looking. I'm so happy. She thanks me with a smile. Yes. So I'm thinking this time we need a new approach. A new approach? From amongst the 10 missing books, take one called The Life of Mary Magdalene and touch a cover. I thought maybe we could figure out what kind of person it might be based on what kind of books taken. And when we went missing, even that little bit of information should help narrow it down. Rika sounds impressed as she clasps her hand. Smiling back at her, I take the cards from my book and pockets and open a blank notebook so we can identify the time of disappearance and the person who took them. So what do you think? Have you figured anything out? Shaking my head despondently, putting the cards on my desk and looking at the list of borrowers and returns. I was thinking if it was a common name amongst the borrowers, if you hadn't checked out all 10 books, you might have something, but not a single person's borrowed more than one of these 10 books. Rika says there was some disappointment while twirling her braids. I already tell her there's something I've been able to figure out. What is it? First of all, the person who borrowed the missing books did not check them out properly. They don't follow the rules. How awful. Yes. Also, the person who took the books is probably a first-year student like us. Really? Last time all his books were checked out was before the new school year. They were all returned before April, since all the commotion about the books going missing happened recently. That means there's probably a first-year student. Rika makes a pensive face as she fiddles her braids. Wonder if it's as a habit she has when she's thinking. As class president, it must be unpleasant to hear that the culprit is a first-year student, a classmate. What I said is just my guess. No, I think your thinking is right. Considering the time frame, it makes sense. Amazing, it's like we're really on the case. We've been talking with our heads together when I see her smile up close. I feel like it's capturing hold of something within me. Seems my body growing hot again. I fight back her feeling as I tell her about the other oddity I found. Have you narrowed down who the culprit might be? I cannot say for certain, but I think I know what kind of person would do it. She draws even nearer at my words, so close I can smell her. I ball my hands into fists, and I'm hoping it will stop me from blushing. I said there were 10 books missing from the library, but strictly speaking there were 9. Huh? You mean? There's not 10. I always pass over books on my desk, so I hand over one on the top of a pile. The Life of Mary Magdalene. This book is not one of the libraries. See? There's no card pocket. There's also no record of it being donated recently. Wait. Are you saying this is a culprit's very own book? As I nod, she squints at me as though the book I'm holding is though it's some kind of strange and sinister. What kind of person will return her own book to a library? I have a few guesses, but I'm thinking that perhaps we should figure out something about the culprit from this book. We can mutter something about fingerprints and ask if she's serious. We can't get that kind of hard evidence. Perhaps something from a book will tell us more about the person. Something from a book, like the kind of person would be reading about Mary Magdalene? I nod and I motion towards the 10 titles, including the culprit's own book. We have 4 books about Christianity, 2 about self-improvement, and 4 modern novels. So based on this, her family is Christian. She loves a book with a wealth of knowledge. Rika murmurs, her eyes naturally fixed on me without panicking. I let her to sigh. I thought she would think of this. I'm not Christian, but I would fit the description for everything else. I don't think we're a culprit. I thank Rika, who in a further squeezed my hand. I said I thought it might narrow down our search, but we haven't got any closer. We have many classmates who are good Christian girls. No, this is great progress. I wouldn't have been able to do it myself. And now we know it's probably a first year and not someone like Misasaki is. Just knowing that much is a relief. Rika clasps her hand with joy. I realise just how kind she is. She has forgiven Misasaki's sisters who suspected her of being the culprit. And he even goes as far as saying she's glad we're not suspects. I'm really glad Rika-san is my Amitiė partner. In fact, my lucky stars are straight recovery of Wuthering Heights. The April air is clear and pleasant, and the sunlight filters off so softly through the trees which burden with young leaves of early spring. I'm still sitting near a window, escaping reality, when a timid voice comes to call my name. How could I forget? Coming back to reality, I put my head in my hands. I'm sorry. I've caused you so much trouble because of my problems. Seeing you looking blue, I shake my hand gently. I was the one who wanted to look for a culprit, and so it's my own fault I skipped practice and couldn't pass a test. It isn't your fault, Hanabishi-san. But I think you're the only one who didn't pass the ballet exam. Her words wound me deeply. That's right. I was the only person in the class who failed. The day of the test arrived, me not once having practiced my bar work since Basquiat announced it. Rika said, I've been looking for a criminal and didn't have any time. How could I have completely forgotten? I'd forgotten that I even had practice. I sigh to myself with a habit of ignoring things I don't like. But more than anything, I'm so inflexible I can't hold poses. So I probably would have failed even if I had practiced, but Miyori-san, who started the same level as me, passed. Miyori had been at my level, passed. My failure was my own fault for not practicing. Miyori probably thinks so too. Of course, that is exactly what it is, but it's my fault you didn't pass. I'm sorry. I don't want Mayuri to think poorly of me. It's fine. This is what I wanted, plus the punishment of Sister Basket talked about. What did she say? Just retake a test and help her with an errand. That's no big deal. That doesn't seem too bad. She moves closer and clasps my hands. Let me know about your practice for a test and when you have to do the errand, and I'll help. Thank you. Wished by a soft hand and serious eyes, I nod vigorously then. Have you forgotten the warning I gave you on the first day? At his teasing voice, a tourist looked down the hallway and see someone appearing from around the corner. This is an all-girls school. Rumours spread fast. Mayuri says this with her hand at her hips, her tone harsh and gaze frostily. Okay, alright. My cheeks pink like flowers. I hurriedly pull my hand away. Seeing this, Mayuri smiles and walks towards us. I'm kidding. You're trying to cheer Shirahane-san up, right? I flinched at her words. Really are down about this. Well, I guess you did stand me up. You have to feel a little bad. I wanted to practice with Mayuri. Oh. That's right. I remember she'd invite me to practice ballet with her. She wasn't just being polite. After that, she hadn't said anything, so I just assumed... I'm sorry, I completely forgot. She forgot. She looks at me with scorn. I feel like my heart is being squeezed tightly in my chest. My legs are wobbly and unreliable. Hey. Just a joke, a joke. I was teasing. Seems like something was bothering you. So I'm bad for asking to practice with me in the first place. I don't want to force you to come, so I'm not bothered. Said Mayuri smiled cheerfully. The tension drains my body, and my legs are still shaking. You really are terrible. You made me nervous too. My bad. So what's the punishment? Ha! I have to take the test again and help her with an errand. Oh. Will they help me with passing the test and when three of us will do the errand? Saying this, she likes the most obvious thing in the world. I can see why she's always surrounded by people. At this all-girls school, no one could hate her refreshingly masculine persona. So what are you doing here? I think we're a staff room down this way. I was looking for Eureka. Gotta start preparing for a birthday party for the Sasaki twins. Hearing this, Rika clasps her hand and says, "Oh! Money donated we used to prepare a cake, but what should we do about snacks and tea?" I'll handle a tea. As for snacks... It'd be kind of sad to just have a store-bought snacks, Rika remarks. And then as though she'd been waiting for these magic words, Mayuri speaks up. I thought you'd say that. Some made a pound cake, some cookies, and some other things as well. Wow. You really are something. You weren't joking when you said you could bake. You should praise me more. Rika laughs at Mayuri's puffing her chest out in pride. I feel like I'm one of them and it's exhilarating. Can I ask you a question? What is it? So about a birthday party. Is it really okay not to get him anything? What are you doing here, Shirahane-san? We decided not to do individual presents because there's been no limit to them. But that's it. Something like flowers might work. Mayuri agrees, putting a hand to her head and thinking hard. There's so many bloom in a botanical garden we could snatch them up. No. Would you be happy getting a present like that? I'm joking. We'll ask him for some. Oh yeah, how about one decorating the classroom? How beautiful. Wouldn't I be happy to get Rose as a present? Flowers arranged daily in the classroom. Today's flowers. I can't really recommend these ones. What? They look nice. Who wouldn't be happy to get them? Perhaps I'm overthinking it, but what if a person receives the flowers understood their meaning? Flowers in class today are marigolds, right? I think I know what Shirahane-san means. Yuri asks why. That's Rika's turn to boast. She's talking about the meaning of a marigold and the language of flowers. It represents jealousy, sorrow and despair. It doesn't have a good meaning, isn't that right? Really? Yeah. It's also known with Virgin Mary as gold, so I suppose that sense it could work. Really? I guess we should go with something safe like roses. You're not very feminine, are you? Let's watch my Amitiė partners engaging in this banter. The language of flowers. My mind fixates on just how one thing can have many meanings. Marigold represents jealousy and sorrow. It has negative imagery from the language of flowers, yet it's a golden flower of a Virgin Mother. Hey, do you have a question or something? No, I'm fine. Really? She looks at me suspiciously and I rack my brain to find something to say, so I don't seem weird. The 10 books are on Rika-san's bed. Right before Ichigo had called out to me, I remember the book on top was Wuthering Heights. And amongst the missing books, a corpus own book entitled The Life of Mary Magdalene. The pieces are coming together. I understand why the books were slipped in with the others. We'll find out why in the next episode as we find out possibly who the culprit was. Bye bye.
芽吹く新たなつぼみ淡い色を抱きしめていつか目覚める